Have you ever looked at your schedule and thought, there is no way I can scale like this? Your calendar is full, you're constantly in client calls, and you're squeezing in marketing when you can, and yet somehow you're still trying to grow your business. But the truth is, you have a capacity problem, and if you don't fix how you manage your time, your energy, and your business, you're gonna stay stuck at six figures no matter how talented you are. Hi, I'm Jessica Yarbrough, business strategist for coaches and consultants who want to land high-end clients and scale their business. And what I see over and over again are high-performing, hardworking coaches and consultants who are completely maxed out. So today I want to show you how seven-figure coaches and consultants actually manage their time and the habits that allow them to scale without burning out. The first way seven-figure coaches and consultants manage their time is they stop letting their calendar run their business. At six figures, especially the low and mid, most coaches and consultants are reactive. Clients can book whenever, the calls are scattered across the week at any time, and there's no real structure. And when this happens, your day is fragmented, your energy drains, and you never really have time to get into deep work. Seven-figure coaches and consultants, they do not operate their business like this. They have set days and times for client calls, and they protect entire blocks of time for deeper level work. They control their calendar. I had a client who came to me completely maxed out. She was booked 5 days a week with client calls from morning to evening. She was trying to grow, but she had no time to actually think or scale. And one of the first things we did was restructure her calendar. We consolidated her calls into just a few days, and within months, she started landing bigger contracts with higher level clients. Not because she's working more hours, she was actually working less, but because she finally had space to operate at a higher level. Because how you manage your time determines if you'll scale. Another way seven-figure coaches and consultants manage their time is they batch their work instead of multitasking. One of the biggest productivity killers I see is context switching. This is where you're jumping from a client call to writing a piece of content to answering an email to jumping into another call all day long, and this is exhausting. Seven-figure coaches and consultants, they're gonna batch. They have days for calls, days for thought leadership, days for strategy. They're gonna stay in one lane long enough to actually produce high-level work. I had another client who was trying to grow, but was constantly in reactive mode. Every day looked different. He had no structure or rhythm, so we started doing batch. And what happened was his content improved, his messaging got clearer, his sales conversations actually became stronger because he wasn't scattered anymore. Another way seven-figure coaches and consultants manage their time is they set clear boundaries with clients early on. Look, if your clients can access you anytime, anywhere for anything, you're probably gonna burn out. And I see this all the time at six figures. You're constantly answering messages, you're doing last-minute requests, there's this overflowing communication. You may even have scope creep. Seven figures and coaches and consultants, they do things differently. From day one, they're gonna set clear communication boundaries. What are their response times? What's the structure of how clients engage? And it isn't because they care less, right? It's because they understand that structure protects time, and this ultimately creates better results. One of my clients was constantly in communication with her client. She was messaging at all hours, 9 o'clock at night. There was no clear boundaries. She was literally always on and exhausted. And as we scaled her business, we changed all that. We tightened her structure. We had clear client pathways and clear communication expectations. And not only did she get her time back, but she actually scaled her business. Because boundaries are not a limitation, they're actually a requirement for growth. Another way seven-figure coaches and consultants manage their time is they build in white space. And this is one that a lot of people resist, especially when they come to me after corporate. Oftentimes they're working 60-hour weeks at corporate and they think, hey, I'm only doing 50 hours, I'm doing pretty good at my business. Because they think more time working equals more money, but it doesn't. Seven-figure coaches and consultants are going to build in white space. They're going to build in time to think, time to reflect, time to strategize, because your next level isn't going to come with just doing more. It's going to come from thinking differently. So if you're still working 50 hours a week, your schedule is packed from morning to night, just know that you're not operating like a CEO that can scale a business. You're still operating like a solopreneur. And I can't tell you how many clients come to me and they're booked. They have clients, but they're stuck and overwhelmed. And know that the breakthrough, it's never going to come from adding more. It actually comes by taking away and creating space. And often we will restructure their entire business model so they can get their time back and actually earn more. And this is where real growth happens. Next, seven-figure coaches and consultants, they think differently because they prioritize self-care. So let's be real. If your energy is low, your business suffers, okay? Your decision-making capacity is gonna drop, your creativity is gonna drop, your performance overall is gonna drop. Well, seven-figure coaches and consultants, these are people that actually sustain success, not who burn out. They're the ones that are successful, are gonna prioritize self-care. The ones who don't, that's the ones who burn out. So sleep, exercise, time off, these are requirements, not afterthoughts. You are the biggest asset in your business. How you manage your energy directly impacts whether you scale or you stay stuck. I've seen clients try to push through burnout thinking that that's what growth requires, but they actually regress. And the moment they start protecting their energy, everything's going to improve. You'll be clearer, more confident, you'll have more energy, and this is going to directly impact your bottom line. Another way seven-figure coaches and consultants manage their time is they design their week around how they want to live. So a lot of people stuck at low to mid six figures, they build their life around their business. Seven-figure coaches and consultants, they do the opposite. They think, when do I want to work? How many days a week do I want to work? What do I want my schedule to actually look like? And then they build their business around that. Because keep in mind, scaling is not just about making more money. It's about creating a business that actually supports the lifestyle you want to live. I had a client come to me earning around $600K a year. He was traveling constantly, always on, and he actually hadn't taken a real vacation in years, right? One without his laptop. So we restructured his entire business model so that he could land fewer yet higher paying clients. We reduced all unnecessary travel and made sure that when he did travel, it was really profitable. So he started turning down these smaller projects that drained him. He was able to spend more time at home with his young children. And fast forward a year, he was working fewer clients, earning more per client, and had earned nearly $500,000 in Q1 alone. He went from being on the road all year earning that to working from home, traveling selectively, and earning it in a fraction of the time. I share this story with you because this is really what happens when you start to design your business model intentionally. Finally, seven-figure coaches and consultants manage their time because they stop trying to do everything themselves. And this is the breaking point for most people. You cannot scale if everything runs through you. And yet so many coaches and consultants try to hold on to everything. Seven-figure coaches and consultants, they're going to invest in their business and build support with strategy, operations, marketing, delivery. They're going to remove themselves from what doesn't require them so they can stay focused on what actually drives growth. I had a client who landed multiple six-figure deals when he joined, 3 of them, and he immediately felt overwhelmed because everything still depended on him. So we quickly brought in additional support for delivery. This way he could stay in his zone of genius and scale without increasing his workload. So this is the shift, bringing in support. Look, if you're stuck at low to mid six figures right now and you feel overwhelmed, maxed out, and unsure how to scale, know that it's not just about strategy, it's also how you operate. Because this is the real difference. Your habits are either supporting your growth or they're keeping you stuck. So start here. Look at your calendar. Look at your boundaries. Look at how you're spending your time and energy and ask yourself, is this how a seven-figure business owner operates? Because when you shift how you operate, everything else starts to shift with it. If you want support in making that transition, click the link below and apply for a strategy call. And if this is helpful, share it with another coach or consultant who needs to hear it. Until next time.